Welcome everyone! Today we will be making homemade bagels, which is a lot simpler and cheaper than you might think. First, you start by dissolving 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast into 1 1/4 cups of warm water, roughly around 110 degrees. Then you want to add that to 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Next, add 3 tablespoons of white granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Then you mix it all together. You can use a stand or a hand mixer with a dough hook attachment, which would be a lot easier, but unfortunately, I don't have one. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it by hand. Whether you knead the dough by hand or you let a mixer do the work for you, you're going to want to knead the dough for 5 to 8 minutes to let the gluten get well developed to create a light and chewy bagel. Knead the dough until it is stretchy and elastic. After kneading the dough, form it into a ball. Then rub the inside of a large clean bowl with about a half a teaspoon of oil to prevent the dough from sticking to the bowl. Place your dough ball into the bowl, then cover with a warm, damp cloth. Now you're going to want to let the dough rise in a warm, draft-free area for about 2 hours or until doubled in size. After your dough has doubled in size, with clean hands you'll want to flour your work surface and hands to prevent the dough from sticking. Then turn your dough out onto your work surface. Gently pat the dough into a rectangle. I cut the dough into 6 equal parts. For smaller bagels, you can cut it into 8 parts or 4 parts if you want bigger bagels. There are 2 different ways that I know how to shape bagels. The first way is to roll the dough into a snake, like with Play-Doh, then pinch the ends together to form a circle. The second method, which is the one that I prefer, is to form the dough into a ball by tucking the sides underneath, then poking a hole through the middle before stretching it into a bagel shape. After you have shaped all your bagels, cover with a towel and let them raise for 30 minutes. While my bagels were rising, I preheated the oven to 475 degrees and put 6 cups of water on to boil. Once your bagels have risen and your water is boiling, carefully boil 3 bagels at a time for 1 minute on each side. Then carefully remove the bagels from the water and place onto an ungreased non-stick baking sheet and immediately top with kosher salt and dehydrated onions, or any other toppings you prefer. After you have boiled and topped all of your bagels, bake for 12 to 15 minutes. After removing from the oven, resist temptation and let them cool for at least 10 minutes before digging in.